Hello, Squirrel Tribe. Happy Valentine's Day. For those of you who celebrate it, for those of you who don't, happy hump day, my dudes. So I want to talk to you about something that transpired last night, well, yesterday afternoon, technically, at Walmart. I did go to Walmart yesterday. My child needed to pick some stuff up for school, and Walmart was the best place to go for what she needed. So we went to Walmart yesterday. And we go in, she's got a cart, she's pushing the cart because it's stuff she needs. So she needs to push the cart, get the stuff, whatever else, tally up the total in her mind, all this other stuff, right? We're working on making sure she is independent when it's time for her to be out on her own. So she knows how to do all these things for herself as opposed to mom or dad doing them for her. So we're in the store and she wants to go over to the Valentine's Day section, right? We go over to the Valentine's Day section. It's when you first walk in and you walk in the front of this Walmart on not the grocery side, but the other side, which is normally the home and garden and health pharmacy side. So we go in, get the cart, say hi to the greeter, if you will, and mosey on down. And right when you first hit those main aisles, when you first get in the entrance, they've got the Valentine's Day stuff all kind of right over here in this little left-hand corner for us at least. So I say to the kid, I say, okay, let's go down this aisle. You push the cart, I'll stay behind you. So we're going down this aisle and we talk here on the channel a lot about situational awareness, keeping your head on a swivel, if you will, making sure you know what's going on in your surroundings. And we talk a lot about things that happen inside Walmart. There has been a lot of shootings. There have been a lot of stabbings. There have been a lot of fights. There have been a lot of thefts. There have been a lot of issues inside Walmart. So inside of Walmart, I naturally am going to be a little bit more skeptical of people, a little more weary of people, a little less friendly towards people. I'm not going to lie. I know I'm less friendly faced inside a Walmart. I have RBF like nobody's business, resting bitch face inside a Walmart because I do not want to be approached and I do not want to be talked to. And I do not want anybody to think that I am a pushover and somebody that can come and mess with, basically. I kind of get that way in a lot of places, but especially in Walmarts, just because of the rap that they have based off of the things that have happened a lot at Walmarts across the country, right? So we're in the Walmart. The man, my husband, he's in Walmart with us, but he has gone to a different section to get something. So it's my daughter and I, and we're in this aisle, and this gentleman walks up. And I am not a profiler by any means, but immediately I'm like, let me get closer to my kid, right? We're like maybe 15 feet apart, but I'm like, let me get a little bit closer between, so that her body is between the cart and myself. So I am basically a cover or a protector or whatever, if you will, because this person had on a puffy black jacket. And when I say to you that yesterday was not cold, I mean yesterday was not cold. So immediately that stood out in my mind. And these are the kind of situational things that I'm talking about. When you go someplace and something looks wrong, something looks off. Wearing a puffy winter coat when it's almost 70 degrees out, to me, seems wrong. Now that might not be the case. Somebody could be cold-blooded. We're in Florida. Somebody could be used to different weather. So for 70 degrees, it's still cold for them, or vice versa, where people are showing up and it's 40 degrees here and they're wearing tank tops. Well, if you're coming from far up north where it snows the majority of the year, 40 degrees here probably feels like the middle of summer to you. But that be what it may, this person had on a puffy jacket and I was like, that's weird. So I get closer to my daughter. Next thing you know, and it's a Valentine's Day aisle. So you've got all the stuffed animals down this one side. On the other side, you have like all of the chocolates, like the Reese's and the Snickers and the M&Ms and whatnots. And then some cards and then like the little gift sets. So you can get like the little heart-shaped box of Reese's cups or whatever. And little baskets, like cups and stuff, Starbucks stuff, crap like that. Excuse me. So we're in this aisle. The guy walks towards where we are and then goes around and goes to the end of the aisle. And he's standing there just looking at stuff, the little gift boxes and gift bags and gift baskets of stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm keeping an eye on him while my daughter's looking at the stuffed animals and things like that. And then I notice another gentleman, same overall appearance coming from the same end that we just came in, and the same kind of dress, the same kind of outfit, all black like the first person, all black, and also like way too warm for where we are, like wearing way too much clothing for the temperature and where we are. And again, I'm a little bit on alert, so I'm paying attention. And it wouldn't have been so weird if if this had not transpired. So the second person that's walking down the aisle is walking and just reaches out and picks up one of the little $5 little hearts of like the Reese's cups or whatever, just picks it up like that's exactly what he came there for, and like keeps kind of sort of walking, but he's like moving slowly. And I'm like, this feels wrong. I'm like, kid, let's go somewhere else first. We'll come back over here. I'm like, turn around, go this way. We're not going to go the direction that the two gentlemen have gone. We're going to go the other direction. And I'm calling them gentlemen because they have done nothing wrong at this point. I just happen to have like the heebie-jeebies, if you will. So I'm like, kid, we're going the other way. Turn around, let's go this way. We get to the end of the aisle, the beginning of the aisle where we had first come in, and there's a woman. Y'all, this kills me, and I need ladies to understand this. Quit being stupid. And I say that as nicely as humanly possible, but quit being stupid. So this lady, y'all, you know when you're walking down an aisle, so you have the aisle is open here, but you have an end cap here and you have an end cap here. This woman has her buggy at this end cap, right? So it's the end cap here, the aisle's open. She's over here with her daughter looking at whatever's on this end cap. And in her buggy, in the little seat section where you'd put a toddler or whatever, is her purse. Wide ass open, and I can see her wallet and her phone just sitting in her purse. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, that's a situational awareness kind of thing. Too many women have become complacent with leaving stuff inside the cart because, you know, Target and Walmart have updated their shopping carts. And I just touched my glasses. Now I have a fuzzy thing on the front. They've updated their shopping carts. So they have like cup holders and stuff. And so you're lulled into this sense of shopping complacency, if you will. So you can put your drinks in these cup holders. You can just set all your stuff right here and it's not a big deal. And we're not in a bad part of town because we're not, but people can come from anywhere, and just because you're not in a bad part of town doesn't mean bad people don't live in the town. We had somebody, a gentleman who is a food truck owner, maybe 15 miles from where we are, was stabbed to death by a homeless man. Like, why? All because he wanted money. He wanted to rob him. He could have stabbed him in the leg and taken his money and run, but he killed him for money and then took off. And now his wife and three daughters have no father because people are batshit crazy lately and people are evil, and you have to be careful and you have to pay attention to what's going on around you. Situational awareness. So this woman is over here with her toddler. This little girl is adorable. Side note, she's maybe 2 or 3. She's looking at all the stuff on the end cap because everything's Valentine's Day related. So you've got like the singing, dancing, like Hershey Kiss and all this stuff. And her purse is sitting in her cart. So the kid and I go around it. And I'm like, kid, stop moving. Just stand right here and pretend like you're looking at these bears. She's like, why? And I tell her, I said, because this woman has left her purse in her cart. She's not paying attention to it. There are 2 gentlemen down this aisle that gave me the heebie-jeebies. And as I'm saying this, another third man, tall man, he stands out because he is tall and he was good looking. He was like Mediterranean looking, good looking dude, tall. And he starts walking towards the end cap and I can literally see him eyeballing her purse. And I'm like, are you effing kidding me right now? Like, it's such a open, please come take me kind of thing. Like, come get my wallet, come get my phone. If you're going to leave your stuff, at least have your cell phone on you. So when something happens, you can make that emergency phone call. Do not leave your phone in your purse at the same time. So the kid is standing where I have her standing and I'm next to her, but I'm watching what's going on. And she's like, well, why don't we just go? You know, it is what it is. And I'm like, no, because I need you to understand situational awareness does not only pertain to you and I, it pertains to the people around us. You have to make sure that you're looking out for other people, which a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are more of a, hey, it's not about me. It doesn't affect me, me first, whatever. And I can't be that way. I've never been that way. I'm the person when somebody drops something, I will stop what I'm doing to go pick it up. If I see somebody struggling with something, I'll stop what I'm doing to go help. If I see that somebody is walking towards a door and they're older or they're pushing a stroller or they're carrying heavy things, I will stop what I'm doing, go stand at the door and wait for them so I can open the door. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like the customer service in me, if you will. I'm not quite sure, but it's just how I am, how I'm programmed, how I feel, and the things that make me happy is making sure that other people are taken care of, right? So I'm watching this lady's cart. I'm watching her and her kid. I'm watching this Mediterranean, tall, good-looking dude walk towards the cart while eyeballing her purse. I can't see the 2 guys that are down the aisle anymore. And I finally was like, kid, come here. So I take the cart from her. I was like, please stand right next to me. I'd like your hand on the cart with mine and let's go this way. And I started walking back towards the woman and her child. And I just stopped with my cart right next to hers so that there's no way anybody could get to her purse without literally going around the cart to get to it to run off. And I just stood there and waited until she came over and went back to her cart. And I was like, hey, your purse is wide open. I just wanted to let you, be aware in case you hadn't noticed that it's right here and you kind of weren't anywhere near it. She's like, oh yeah, I do it all the time. Okay, well, that's not any better. Just so you're fully aware, that's not any better. Anything could have happened to your purse. Everything could have been taken. It's the same as people who leave their kids sitting in carts and walk off and just leave and leave them there. I'm like, people can come up and snatch your kid and run. We went to breakfast this morning. My husband and I went to breakfast. That was our Valentine's Day thing. We went to the gym and then we went to breakfast. And while we're at breakfast, we sit at the bar area at breakfast because we like to see everything that's going on. I like to watch stuff. Again, situational awareness. Don't want my back to the door. Don't want a bunch of people behind me. I'd rather face everything. So we're sitting at the bar and there's these two women that are sitting in a booth kind of across from where we are. And I think one of them was the mother of the one that was on the other side, but she didn't look that old. And the other one looked not too young. So I couldn't really tell. But there was a toddler with them, like a 2-year-old. And this 2-year-old kept climbing underneath the table and like wreaking havoc underneath the table. And finally, the toddler, little girl, gets underneath the table and then gets out and runs up the aisle. So then the mom's like, oh, so she gets up. Not only does the kid run up the aisle, she runs to the door, pushes it open, and runs out into the parking lot. Y'all, when I tell you I was out of my seat faster than the mother was, like, it's absolutely ridiculous. The mom got to the door and got out into the parking lot and got the kid and, told the kid to come back in. And she's like, we do not run out into parking lots. And I'm like, no, this is when you whoop a child's ass. Just so we're all fully aware. You say, you do not get up from this table. You do not run away from this table, because all that kid learned was you don't run into the street. She didn't learn you don't get up from the table and run around. She didn't learn you don't run down the aisle next to other people's tables. She didn't learn you don't push open doors and go outside. All she learned was do not run into the street. You got to teach them not to leave the table before anything. Once they learn that, they don't need to learn the rest technically, because they've learned not to leave the table in the middle of when you're eating. So that's that. That sounds high horsey and it's not meant to, and I don't believe in beating kids' ass. I've never laid a hand on my child, but it was one of those situations where it was like, are you kidding me right now? So between situational awareness at Walmart yesterday, which those two guys that were there and the tall Mediterranean looking dude, I don't think they did anything. We ended up on a different side of Walmart. I never heard any bells and whistles go off. Didn't see any police when we got there. It was just me being overly cautious, I guess you could say, in the moment. But I think that's the way I am, especially after the last couple of years and everything we talk about here. I'm overly cautious because I see a lot of stuff people don't see, because I read a lot of stuff people don't read. I watch a lot of news things people don't watch. I read a lot of comments from you guys who tell me what's going on in your areas, and not everybody has their eyes and ears open to stuff like that, so they miss it. So when I see people who look out of place because of what they're wearing or anything like that, or I see something like the woman's purse there, these are things I'm going to pay attention to. And I just want to bring that to your attention, because situational awareness needs to be everywhere. It doesn't need to just be in bad situations. It needs to be when you're at a red light, make sure your doors are locked, your windows are up. It needs to be paying attention to the cars that are around you while you're driving, to make sure that somebody's not flying up on you, going to rear end you, to make sure that nobody's jumping out of their car next to you to come over and try to get into your car, to make sure the car in front of you isn't trying to stop and block you in so they can then, steal your car. Just random things need to be paid attention to. And I think if we all do a little bit better on situational awareness, then we will all feel safer in the long run. We're all going to feel a little more paranoid probably, but I'd rather be paranoid than gullible, I think might be the right word. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention, how that happened yesterday. And I really hope that woman with the child at Walmart stops leaving her purse in her cart wide open with wallet and phone sitting there. And I hope the lady at breakfast today understands that it takes more than just telling your child don't run into the street. It takes teaching them you do not do what you did. You do not climb under the tables. You do not run out of the restaurant. You don't do any of these things. It's more than just you don't go into the street. You don't do the rest of these things either. I think too many parents these days are not teaching younger kids manners, number one, right from wrong, number two, or what it means to listen to authority, because as a parent, you are authority, you are their parent. Too many parents are trying to be friends, and a friend is not what most kids need these days. They need parents, somebody to teach them right from wrong, somebody to whoop their ass if necessary, somebody to, get them back in line, somebody to teach them what is going on in this world, teach them how to take care of themselves. Being your little friend isn't going to do that most of the time. So that's that. These glasses are bugging the crap out of me now that I touched right here. There's like this little fuzzy part right there where I touched this. So I need to go fix it. Side note, I don't know if you guys like my Valentine's Day sweatshirt I made myself. The back of it says love, but you can't really see it. It's not a big deal, but I just wanted a really big heart for today. So that's that. Listen, Squirrel Tribe, thanks for hanging out with me. I would love to know your thoughts on leaving your purse just open willy-nilly like that in a cart, or leaving your child in a cart and then letting your kid just run buck wild through a restaurant out into the streets. Like, why? Like, why? I don't understand, but that's fine. And I'd like, if whatever you guys want to comment on, tell me your Valentine's Day plans. If you guys are doing something, I'd love to know. If not, I'd love to know that too. So let me know. I love y'all immensely. I'm going to let you go now, and I will see you again tomorrow with more breaking news, if you will. But today I just want to talk to you about the random stuff that transpired yesterday and this morning. So I love y'all. Have a good day. Goodbye.